Another big ranking tournament is on the horizon, July, in fact, when the World Match Play kicks off at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. My personal favourite tournament of the year, the venue, the history, everything that comes with it, and obviously the format as well. It is the top 16 players in the world, which you'll see on the left-hand side of your screen, taking on the top 16 players from the Pro Tour Order of Merit. This is your Pro Tours, your Players' Championship events, and your European Tours. That is over 1 year. The main Order of Merit is over 2. The best way of describing this event is it is the best players in the world over 2 years, taking on the best players in the world over the last year. So we get really good shocks, surprises, stories, all sorts of things. We get to see all those form players coming through. We could even see Vessel Nyman move into the top 16, which would mean he'll be seeded, which means there's a chance he wouldn't be playing the likes of Luke Littler, Van Veen, Humphries, etc. round one. He'll play someone from the other pool. That's something we'll keep an eye on as we move through. This video is about players that have got history in the event, players that have been there for multiple times but potentially not going to be there this year. One of the people I had on the list before this past Players' Championship in Leicester was Dave Chisnall, but he's just moved himself back inside with a couple of good runs and some good performances, and he is going to be in the upcoming European Tour event. He made his debut at the World Match Play back in 2011, and the best he has achieved so far is a quarter-final. He's done that on 5 different occasions. However, the last 3 times he's been to the Winter Gardens, he has gone out in the opening round. So that means he's only defending first-round prize money. So £10,000 up for grabs. If Dave Chisnall doesn't make it, £10,000 would come off of his rankings. Wouldn't affect his rankings too much, but we'll get to that when that comes around. And if Dave Chisnall misses out, because right now he is back inside a position. So that run of appearances at the Winter Gardens could be continuing for Chizzy. Rob Cross, though, might be someone that's a bit surprising for others. He's come outside of the world's top 16 now, 22 on that race for match play in regards to the 2-year rankings, so he's going to have to rely on the 1-year system. He made his debut back in 2017. He won the World Match Play in 2019, defending a quarter-final. So quite a bit of money to come off of his position. Currently 23rd on the race, £6,000 away, and he is not currently on the list of people that would be guaranteed the European Tour positions, where they only have to win that one game to get that £4,000 ranking. So Rob Cross could be in a little bit of danger here. It could be going into one of those little crossroad kind of periods where it goes one way or the other. Kim Huybrecht's a player right now who could potentially be in the match play in the Grand Prix. He could potentially lose his card. Like it's I've never seen that before, and it's sort of, you know, Rob Cross not as drastic because he's got lots of ranking money on there, but quite a bit to defend here if he doesn't get in the World Match Play. Raymond van Barneveld played better in Leicester, much better in regards to his performance, but is losing a bit of ground now on that match play race. He's currently number 31 and £11,000 away. Doesn't have many European tours on the horizon, and well, he's made the final of the World Match Play 2010. He's made it for the last 3 years. He's played in it 15 times. He's very recognisable in regards to the World Match Play, but he might not be there this year. Did miss a few. Some of that was due to the retirement and then trying to come back into it. It's a very hard event to qualify for because it's a 1-year cycle that starts in July and ends in July. So if you get your tour card in January, you've got from January to July to outperform players that have got from July to July. So it's probably one of the hardest ones to get into. So that's why Barneveld missed out a couple of years there. But 15 appearances, very recognisable with the Winter Gardens. Doesn't look good that he's going to be there this year. Another player very recognisable with it, Peter Wright, in the same sort of boat here. Made his debut in 2009. Wasn't always a player that sort of was challenging the title when he was debuting. That sort of came a little bit later into his career. But he's made 2 finals at the World Match Play, and this sort of backs up that case. Runner-up in 2017, won it in 2021 from that 2009 debut. First round, though, the last couple of years, and out of position for the European Tours. Now, there has been some withdrawals that has helped Peter Wright and his position, which gets him back into those, but he's number 42 at the moment. £23,000, the cut-off currently around about 42, so he's nearly £20,000 away as things stand from being able to get in on that Pro Tour of Merit. Unless he wins something, he's not going to be in. He has to win something. A Pro Tour's £15,000, that doesn't get him in. It's going to have to be a European Tour win or some deep runs consistently. Now, he did reach a quarter-final this past week in Leicester, played a lot better en route to that, picked up some good wins. So, also picked up a few wins at the UK Open, so there's good signs. There's indications here that Peter Wright could be coming back to form, but is he to the level right now that's going to win the amount that he needs to do? He needs titles if he's going to get in the match play. Another player who is very recognisable with World Match Play but missed last year, Michael Smith. He was the big story of the players that missed last year. And we know the issues he's facing with the arthritis and, you know, the sort of comeback that he's been on. He played well at the World Grand Prix, he played well at the UK Open, he's done okay on the Pro Tours again. But just like Peter Wright, a lot to do. He's 35th in the rankings at the moment, £25,000, so needs about 17,000. He's not guaranteed European tours. Same situation. He's going to have to pick up titles. Now, he did reach the final of the World Match Play in 2019. Played in 12 World Match Plays in total, 11 in sequence before it broke last year. So, again, a very, very recognisable face, but a lot of work to do. If he's going to get in, he needs to go get himself a Pro Tour title or a European Tour title somewhere, because there's not a lot of time left. That being said, it is not the highest ranked. The highest ranked player at the moment who is not in the World Match Play positions would be Mike de Decker. He is now world number 18. He's dropped down from 17 due to Vessel Nyman picking up another Pro Tour title in regards to the World Match Play race. He's twice played in the World Match Play. Second round was the best that he has achieved at that event. Not really defending anything though, because he missed the event in 2024, so it wouldn't really affect his rankings if he was to miss out on this. But what it would do if he did get into it is he'd put money on, so it'd get him challenging back to get in that world's top 16. So Mike de Decker, the highest ranked player, not in it. We do have a previous winner before, someone who was very, very good with the World Match Play. He won it in 2020. He reached a final the year after when trying to defend it in 2021. Dimitri van Bergh, who is in a spot of bother, to be fair. He's defending a quarter-final. He's defending a lot of money moving forward. 5 years in a row he's been playing in this event since 2020. He's in a bit of tour card danger. Now, I've just covered the Pro Tour this week, and one of the things I've been talking about a lot is the commitment I'm seeing in Dimitri van Bergh. Normally when a player loses, they leave. Dimitri van Bergh was on that practice board with his headphones in, on the end board, in the room. He was there for hours. He is working hard at his game. So one thing that fans of Dimitri van Bergh can be assured of is he is trying his heart out to try and rediscover his game, to rediscover his form, to get back in events like the World Match Play. That being said, I don't see a world Dimitri van Bergh makes the World Match Play. So that's a list of players with big names and big reputations who are in danger of missing the second biggest ranking event of the tournament. If they're missing, that means there's new opportunity, chance for players to come through. And I'm just having a look at the list here. Kevin Dutz, he's someone I think is going to be a big breakout star this year. Sebastian Bielecki having the season of his life, looking at a debut there. William O'Connor's been playing good darts for a few years now. Looks like he might be getting a payoff with a position in this event as well. So some real good new talent coming through. The likes of Nico Springer as well. Niels Zonneveld, who's been around for a while, who is seemingly starting to peak. So we see some come out, but some new faces coming in. Let me know who you're excited to see, and do you think anyone on this list is going to make the match play? Right now, the favourite would be Dave Chisnall. Catch you soon.